I was watching a TK Kirkland interview, and he was telling me about the tour he went on with you guys.
Yeah.
Do you remember him from the tour?
Oh yeah, he's the comedian.
Yeah. Do you remember when he got kicked off the tour?
Nah. Did he get kicked off? I didn't know he got kicked off.
Yeah, because TK Kirkland is like, I don't know what the word for it, but he's provocative.
But what people need to know on that tour was when I was on Straight Outta Compton, people don't know that I got banned. They thought I was more crazy than the group, so they banned me like in 4 cities. You were not supposed to say certain words, but in 1988, 89, before hip hop took off, they were strict around the country because they didn't know what was happening. They didn't know how to control it. They didn't understand it. So they was monitoring what you were saying. So even down to the comedian. So I had to be careful what I said, and I didn't care, I guess, on one city. Matter of fact, I know exactly what I said. It was, at that time, Mississippi Burning, the movie, had came out. And as the MC, I said to the audience, I said, how many people saw Mississippi Burning? I said, all the white people stand up. I said, all the black people stand up. I said, hang them motherfuckers. And bam, I was on the news. Matter of fact, it was Cincinnati. I was on 11 o'clock news and everything about TK Kirkland. I'm answering this now. I got Easy, MC Ren, all of them behind me.
Oh, okay. So he made some gestures or something. I didn't know he got. Did he get kicked off? I didn't. That's news to me.
I'm pretty sure he got kicked off, but
yeah.
He said he was on the news, and you guys did like an interview with the news people.
Oh, really? Wow. Man, so much been going on. It's been so long ago and so much. I didn't know he did that. I remember him because he was like a host, but he was a comedian in between the groups. So, yeah, I remember TK, young TK.
He was telling about a story where you guys got kicked off an airplane.
Oh, yeah, that was the first day of the tour. That's when we was first going, I remember, because our first show was in Nashville, Tennessee. And we all got on the plane, and for some reason, the girls from JJ Fad or somebody was talking mess to a stewardess. That lady said, everybody get the F off the plane, all of us. Man, we were so mad because we paying for it. It's our tour. We had to pay for the flights and all. We were so upset. Gladly, we caught another flight after that, but we made sure y'all better not say nothing on this plane. Because we had to be there because the show was the next day. So we had to go there so we can have a full sound check and all that stuff, a dress rehearsal and all that stuff. So, I remember that. Kicked us right off the plane.
And you guys didn't take a bus back then?
No, we had tour buses. They was waiting for us in Tennessee. So we get to Tennessee, then we get on the 2 buses.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the buses come from Tennessee. That's where, for some reason, they made out there or something. So we met up with 2 buses.
You guys had to get out there to get the bus.
Yeah, because it was right there in the same city. So.
What was the bus like with all you guys?
Oh, we had our bus, and then everybody had on the other bus. JJ Fad, the other groups, Too Short, all them was on the other bus. We had just our bus, the group, and security. That was it. Wasn't nobody else on our bus. The DOC was on our bus, but after that, nobody. Everybody go to the other bus, because that was more like the production bus or something.
What was the bus like? Were you guys just having fun on the bus, or?
Oh yeah, I mean they was like the same kind of buses now, tour buses. With the room in the back and the beds in the middle, and the couches and stuff in the front. Oh yeah, I mean, but when we on the bus, remember we leaving the show, going to another city, 7-8 hours drive. So after the show, get on the bus, we go to sleep, and then we get to the next town, we get rooms. Being there all day, then the show that night. So it was like work. So the bus wasn't really just having fun. Most of the time when you're on the bus, you rested because it's, you drive into these long cities. So.
Can you talk about reconnecting with Dre after all this time?
I mean, what do you mean? I mean, we just haven't seen each other for years at times. You know, so it just, I mean, you know, we just talk. You know, we don't hang out. You know, everybody's grown. Everybody's doing their own life and their own thing. You know, I just hung out with him, you know, last week or over the weekend and stuff. So, I mean, it's cool. It's just like old times.
So it's always just like old friends.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah. It's always
hanging
just
out,
like
catching up.
Yeah. Because nobody was ever mad at each other in the group. Even when the Cubes left and the Dre left, nobody was. The core, the group was never mad at each other. I've never seen it. I never heard of it. But it's, you know, it's always the outsiders that broke up the group. Not us. People of interest on the outside. So that's how it happened, you know. So I don't talk about it. It ain't my business. I only can worry about me. That's it.
You mentioned that you stopped doing music,
Mm-hmm.
but at one point you started to DJ again.
Yeah, I just started DJing just about 4 years, right around the movie, when the movie came out in 2015. I've been to 100 countries in the past 4 years. So, you know, I DJ out the country. I don't DJ in the States.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, from Germany, Dubai, Bali, Sri Lanka, Australia, anywhere you can think of on the map, I've been there.
How come nothing here?
It's just the states are different. I did a couple of shows here, but outside the country, DJs are more popular to me, or to the world, because they love old school hip hop, and that's just. I mean, I've been to Indonesia, Japan, China, Sri Lanka. I never even heard of Sri Lanka. Dubai, Bahrain, Korea, Vietnam. I was the first DJ to go in there, the West Coast DJ, to go in Vietnam. They don't even speak English. But when you play that old school music, they know the words. They love hip hop outside the country. Old school hip hop. I don't know about the new stuff, but the old school they like. That's all I play is old school stuff.
What was it that made you get back into it after all this time?
Well, I remember I was homeless at the time. Not on the street homeless, but I was homeless at the time. This was late 2010 to 2013. I was homeless for them 3 years. And it just popped in my head. God gave me the word DJ. I never wanted to DJ again. I haven't DJed since the tour, 89. And it just came to me, and God lined it up and made it where I could DJ. Took me to all these countries. I mean, countries, not cities. I've been to more countries than NWA did cities. NWA had only been to London. We only went once. That was it. I'd have been to London 10 times. Everywhere.
Wow.
Sweden,
Do you
France.
Do you go on like a tour, or do they just fly you out
They fly me out.
for separate
Sometimes I might
gigs?
go out for 6, 7 shows, come back home. I might go out for 10 shows. It just I do different tours in different areas. Australia, I might do 15 shows or something, all over Australia. I done been to Australia 5 times, so at least 5 or 6 times. I mean, I be everywhere.
That's pretty dope.
Once the
man.
pandemic, that shut everything. Because when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, in February, I was supposed to go to China. I had a tour set up in China in 2020, but it didn't happen, and that's when everything shut down. I have not been on the road since. I did a couple of local shows, San Jose, Fresno, LA, with Lil E, but DJing, I usually DJ out the country.